Hi, welcome to our Amazing Kids Show. Today we have Clara, I'm Amalia, and we're going to talk about drawing, art, mazes, and the School of the Arts in Nevada City. Are you about to draw something here? Are you getting your creative juices going?
Yes.
I had a feeling. I've heard that you love to draw, and you love to draw all the time.
Everywhere.
Everywhere you go. And you come up with these amazing ideas. Where do you get some of your ideas from?
I get them from the world and from my art teachers at the school.
I've heard there are some very amazing art teachers at the Nevada City School of the Arts, yes?
There are.
I've heard you also like to draw mazes.
I do. My sister taught me how.
How neat. What an interesting technique.
Yeah.
And then do you two draw mazes for each other?
Yeah, and we make activity books for each other and things like that.
That sounds like so much fun. How about passing them around at school? Do you do that ever? Send them around to your friends for their birthdays?
Not really, but...
Not yet, right?
Not yet. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, looks good over there. Looks like you're making some awesome progress. So do you also paint a little bit?
I do.
That is neat. Tell me about some of the different things that you use to do your artwork. I see you've got some pencils here and Sharpies. I know at home you probably have some cool tools that you use.
Yeah, my mother has watercolor paints, so sometimes I use those too. I like blending the paints together. Like I made a hill once. I used all the greens that we had, and then a sunset behind the hill, and I blended all the colors together.
How pretty.
Yeah.
Well, my mom also loved watercolor. She is a watercolor artist, actually. And I thought that's very fun to get all those colors and be able to manipulate them, as they say.
Yeah.
Do you ever do anything like add salt on your pictures?
No.
So, do you like to draw portraits?
I do.
Quite a unique talent. And then it looks like you're sketching over here. Is that how your process goes? You start to sketch a little bit?
Well, I was going to make a shape and then draw a maze inside it.
Ooh.
So I like to do that. And a Sharpie. No.
That is very neat and extremely creative.
Yeah.
Do you ever like to listen to music when you're doing your artwork?
I do. I love music.
You do? What's your favorite kind to listen to while you're drawing?
Usually classical while I'm drawing, but I like hip hop and things like that.
I think that's great. Do you think the classical helps you concentrate more when you're drawing?
Yes.
And then the hip hop helps you paint? Mm-hmm. This is terrific. So in the last couple of moments, you've just been doodling away over here and it looks great. And I like how you've done these nice open spaces so you can do whatever you want on the inside.
The maze, yeah.
Showing us this whole process. That is fantastic. So how long do you usually spend on drawing one of your mazes?
Well, it depends on if I want to fill up the whole page or just a little bit. But I usually don't have to stop to erase things, so maybe about 5 minutes.
Ooh, I like that idea. I like that idea. We were talking a little bit earlier about what inspires you to draw, and we were talking about people, like your teachers, and like your mom does such a great job of inspiring you to work with different materials. And around the world, you like butterflies in the outdoors. I think that is fantastic. And you said your mom likes to cook?
Yes, she does.
That is pretty neat. I am thinking that would be a very cool thing for you to do. It would be to draw some food too. Get into drawing some of the food that she cooks.
I would like that.
I think that would be so fun. Maybe you and your mom could come up with and your sister could come up with an activity coloring cookbook.
I don't know. My sister lives in Sebastopol. Actually, she's my half-sister.
So she would have to collaborate from afar.
Yeah.
She could be your editor. That would be wonderful. This maze is really taking shape over here. Are there any requirements to make a maze?
Not really. Just your sense of like where the path is going. Mm-hmm. I really never know where it's going to end, just when I filled up the whole space.
So your object is to fill up the whole space.
Yeah.
And you want to make it pretty difficult, but not too difficult, right? So for a beginner, you would make a maze that isn't so difficult?
Or maybe just didn't have any dead ends.
Oh, no dead ends. That's it.
Yeah.
So what are some of the special terms for making a maze? Like your dead ends and are there any weird words that maybe we should know about?
Not really. I once did a maze and I showed it to my mom and she said, "How in the world do you do these? Do you know how to do them yourself?" And, solve them yourself. And I said yes. I wasn't sure if I could. But I tried, and without even thinking, I could do it without running into any dead ends.
Really?
It was really cool.
That's so neat.
Yeah.
So your brain knew it. Your brain remembered it maybe?
Yeah. And then sometimes if I know I might have to do a maze that I made, I will put a trick on it, like any fork, the right path to take is the right of the fork.
That's neat.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I thought you were going to say you trick yourself in the other way to make it more difficult. But I like your way better. How neat. What do you think is your favorite maze that you've ever made? Was it in a special shape?
Ooh, it's hard to say.
It's hard to say. You have a lot of favorites.
Yeah. I like all the mazes I make, really. I like the ones where I draw a shape and then make a maze inside of that.
I like those too. I think these are really neat. And it looks like sometimes you could get your ideas from what your shirt maybe perhaps has a butterfly on it. It's pretty neat. Do you ever use tracing paper to go over a design in a book or something?
I love tracing paper.
Tracing paper's so cool.
It's fun.
What do you think makes it so neat?
That you can see through it and draw whatever you want, really. Even if it's too complicated for you to draw on your own, you can.
Yeah, I like that. So it can either help you along or it can give you other ideas and you can design on top of it.
Yeah.
This is getting really, really incredible over here. Show the cameras that thing.
Once I'm done.
You're like, we are in it. It is going amazing. Yeah, you cannot disrupt the flow here. It's true. When an artist gets on a roll, you gotta let that artist go. Or flap her wings and fly a little. It's really beautiful. Do you ever do art shows over at the Nevada City School of the Arts?
Not really.
No, not yet?
No. But I don't know what we're gonna do in high school, so.
This is really beautiful. Ta-da! Is this the start here?
Yes, and then this is the finish.
This is really wonderful. Well, in just a couple of minutes, you really created something spectacular. And it wasn't even a task, it was kind of a surprise, right?
Yeah.
It's a good challenge.
Yeah.
You did an awesome job. Thank you. I love it. We are going to take a little break, and when we come back, we will have an expert artist to speak with our amazing kid. Thank you.
Because of you, I feel not alone in this world. And you let me know that it only takes one person to make you feel wanted.
Welcome back. This is our amazing kids. I have Clara. She's an artist, and while we've been on break, within, I don't know, 65 seconds, she's done another incredible maze.
I'm just starting to Sharpie it.
Just starting to Sharpie it. It looks like a swan to me. Extremely beautiful. Wow. And this is our expert, Cherie. This is our expert, Cherie. Our artist. What kind of art do you practice?
I teach watercolor. I've been painting with watercolor for 17 years, and I do mixed media. I do all the arts.
That is so great. Very interesting. Clara loves watercolor. She's got a little bit of experience from her mom, and I bet she definitely wants to know a little bit more about the things you do and the different.
Okay.
Yeah, she does.
Clara, I love your mazes. I don't know anything about mazes. Have you ever tried to do you ever color in the mazes? Like using any markers or colored pencils?
I have two answers to that. Both of them aren't exactly coloring it, but they're close.
Okay.
Once I took a piece of those that scratch paper where you scratch it with something and then there's a rainbow behind it.
Oh, scratch paper. I don't know.
When we were coming up in the world, we would do it with crayons, and we would make our own scratch paper. And we would use every different color Crayola, and then you Crayola black over it.
Oh, and then it shows through. Oh, I know what you mean. So then it's black, and then you scratch. Or no, you paint the colors underneath it?
Yeah.
And then you paint the black on top, and then you scratch it?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. And so you do mazes that way?
Well, I drew a maze on one of them once, and then after someone did it, I went over each path and scratched it until it was completely black.
Oh my gosh.
So there was no more black.
So, and then the other time is, I still like doing this, is when I have a big can of markers that I have to test out, I'll do a little line here and there across the paper, just half of an inch. And then I'll take a black marker or a pencil, and I will connect the lines to make a maze.
Ooh.
And
Wow.
it ends up looking really cool.
It's like you get this wild prompt.
Right.
Yeah.
So you just keep kind of coming up with your own ideas with the maze, right?
Yeah.
I've never seen a maze done the way that you do them.
Really?
No, never. So I would love to learn more about it, because I also teach kids art, and I'll have to start asking the kids about drawing mazes.
Yes.
So this is the first time I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
And it's obviously so fun to do.
Right.
I'm watching
Right.
how much fun you're having doing this right now.
What do you love about doing mazes?
They remind me of my sister. She taught me how to draw a maze. And it's just really fun.
And so when you start your maze, do you have an idea of a design that you're gonna do before you start?
Not exactly. I never know where it's going to end or
Oh, very cool.
anything.
I guess that is the creative process, huh? Just not knowing, you just get started and you don't know what it's gonna turn out to look like.
Yeah.
And then you said that you like drawing portraits?
I do.
And what do you love about portraits?
Well, my neighbor's the one who got me into these. She is 10 years old right now, and her name's Emma. She got a book for Christmas of like how to draw realistic faces.
Uh-huh.
And it's really interesting. Like it tells you how to shade, and I like to just use that and draw the portraits. It's really fun.
Yeah, portraits are hard, aren't they? They're difficult, but they're fun because they're three-dimensional. Wow.
This is quite a masterpiece. Thank you.
That is beautiful.
And what do you think you would name something like this?
Oh, I don't know. When you said it looks like a swan, I would say maybe a swirly swan.
Swirly swan.
It does look like a swan. You did a great job.
Yeah, I like doing the spiral mazes because it looks like you're never going to get out of them, but you do. Like you see, you go in here, around, and then you just turn around and go out.
And then go back out.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. It looks very complicated.
And
It
not
looks complicated.
It's not.
That's so
I could teach
neat.
you guys how to do it.
I would love for you to show
Cool.
how to do it.
Here, let's see. Hand out the pencils.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Great idea.
Okay, so you start with just basically making a line. And then you go into a spiral. In between the lines, just leave like a thick space about an inch or two long until you make a spiral. And
Very
then
nice.
I'm just going to put a dot that says start. And then you take the path and you keep on going with it. You go round this line and keep going. And then when you get to here, you just go like that, so that they'll go like that, and then start going out.
That's
And
so
then
neat.
they come
Wow.
out here,
It's our first trick.
and you keep doing the maze.
And you keep on. I love that. That's great. It seems like there's all different little shapes that you can do.
You guys can try to do the thing if you want.
Take my hand at it, like a little collaboration here.
Do you always start with a spiral?
Not always.
Do you have to go spiral, or could you do different shapes like squares and
You could
like
do squares.
heart
I've never
shapes?
actually thought about that. But
Well, if you came back out,
yeah, keep drawing the maze. You just need to have a sense of the path.
a sense.
sense of the path? That sounds very sophisticated.
It does. It does. I like that.
The sense of the
See
path.
here. I'm going to draw an eraser so I can get a feel of it. It does feel good though when you get in it, you know? It's very gratifying. So you come back out here. You got to go this way, out. What if we went this way?
And you've got to make the other line so that they know.
So that they
can't go out of
know.
that.
They can't go out of there. Oh, I see. So,
Prison.
ooh.
Perfect. And then if you do something like this, that's just a little dead end.
Just a little tiny one. And then what?
happens when you get to a dead end?
You just go back.
You go back the
to
other way.
To the last fork, and you go the other way.
Okay, will you show me how to do it? Because
Yes.
I don't.
Yeah, we might
completely
need you in between the two of us
understand.
to get it rolling.
Yes.
And I would love for you to teach me. Do you teach other kids how to do this? Do you teach other kids?
Not really.
No?
I don't have my sister's talent of being able to teach people how to like do things.
How old
really.
is your sister?
She's a year younger than me. She's 8.
Okay, okay.
You're the mastermind. Yeah, I can see that. She's the creative genius, right? You get it working, and then your teacher or your sister teaches.
Yes.
It's very cool.
She taught you. Are there books on how to draw mazes?
I don't know. Okay, so right here.
I don't know either.
You made a dead end here.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
That was good though, right?
So
It's
yes,
tricky?
yes.
Okay.
So now you go around here, and you could go out of this and make another dead end, or we could close this up. Which do you want to do? Or you could choose to.
What do you think? Should we?
I think. Okay, so the choices are to go back out
And make a dead
and
end.
make a dead end.
Or we could close it up.
I say go back out.
Okay.
Make it a little weird.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna go like that. So now when you come here, you have to choose the path.
Ooh, getting tricky.
So-
I'm not very. I don't think I'm very good at mazes.
Not yet.
Do you know what a labyrinth is? Where you walk
Yes.
in. You know, I get that's
We
confusing
make
to me
those
sometimes.
Maybe like every few years
Do you?
in my backyard.
Oh, you do? Oh, very cool.
Really?
We take like starch or something and we sprinkle it, and then we find pine cones and stuff and place it along the starch.
And you walk through it. That's a maze.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a
Yeah.
maze. Yeah.
That's terrific. Do you draw it first before you do it on the ground, or you just
Sometimes.
sometimes get a good idea for it?
Yeah.
Make a
Or you
plan.
probably
Sometimes
just
we
do it
get
like
an
that. Oh,
image.
sorry. Where you start it and you just let it. Did I scratch you?
No, it's
Okay.
Okay, so now we need to figure out which path we want to be a dead end, the left or the right.
Left.
Okay,
Sounds good to me.
so we're gonna start with the left path. If you choose the left path, you're gonna go out of here. Let's make them go like that, so they're going like that. And then just gonna make some lines here to fill in the space. And then we wanna just see if they went like this. And then we're gonna go up here and
Trick them. Get a little
Wow.
activity in there.
we're gonna go up and down and dead end.
Very nice.
Wow.
And then we have
good
to
job.
continue with this one and make sure it's not a dead end. And then if we want it to be really tricky, we could go like this.
What? Look at
Let's
that.
see.
We split into 3 paths. And then one of the dead end paths we could split into 2 again.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez, it's getting more and more complicated.
So this one goes into dead end. This one also goes into a dead end.
These are serious options over here. These are all roads lead to nowhere right now. They're going to lead somewhere, but right now,
They're going to a dead end.
Yes.
Dead ends.
The middle one is going to go into a dead end. And then we only have one path to continue with. Do one of you want to keep drawing it?
You go right ahead.
I'm gonna roll with it.
Okay.
Sherry, do you ever do exercises like this with your classes where you pass the stuff around and everyone gets to add what they want? kind of fun, right?
It is kind of
It's
fun
kind
to
of like
just.
those
You mean to
stories around
just
a campfire.
where it's free.
Where?
It's more free spirited, where they get to do their own, come up with their own ideas. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
you were saying around
Yeah.
the campfire, how you
Like-
start to tell one story and,
And
then
then the
somebody
next
else
person.
tells a story. That's pretty cool too. Okay, so what would you do if I drew something like this? I just drew this weird thing right here. I just drew this
like
weird
it.
thing right here. What would you do? Would this throw you a loop?
This would be hard. I've never thought of like making these little thingies.
twirlies.
But okay,
Neither
so
have I, but you
it's
inspired me
going
to do it, so I
through
did.
here, around here, and out here. So let's connect it to one of the spirals. They're gonna go out here. Oop. Make that too close.
Yeah, it's really close. It's a good thing to use pencil. That way you can
Right, you can
amend
erase.
if you
And then
need.
we're gonna go like that. Okay,
Very
so
fun. We can both
split
take
it
turns.
again.
Okay.
If she lets us.
Looks
Yeah.
looks very complicated.
That's her fault.
It kind of looked like an ear.
Okay, so now this is the path. Do one of you want to keep going?
Sure, I'll try it. Okay. Okay.
You
now
really-
you just
So
okay.
just
So
take
just
one
show
of the
me.
lines
Okay.
and
So one
just
of these
draw a
lines,
squiggle.
and just draw it any way I want. Right.
Yep.
Okay. And then where do I stop?
Whenever
Just-
you want.
Okay. There we go.
Okay.
Now it looks like
Now.
a dragon.
It does.
Yes.
Okay, so now we're gonna take this path. We're gonna keep going with it. So it's going like this, around here.
And we call
Just
that a
make
sense
this a
for
dead
the
end.
maze, a sense for the path.
And then since we can't go in here and keep going, I'm just gonna make that 1,000 dead ends. And then we'll do that.
This
So
is
that's a
getting
dead end.
extremely tricky
We'll do.
and very fun.
And then you can continue on this path and she'll continue on that path.
All right, sounds good to
Okay.
me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Be fun.
I think this is pretty cool. Thank you for teaching
and
us
see-
this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You can't go in here because there's no path leading to it. So
But your eye gets tricked a little bit. You think,
Yeah.
whoa, I could go right around the outside. It would be so easy. But you can't.
you know
do
what we
that.
could trick the mind even more is make a different paths that don't lead anywhere,
Yeah.
so that they think the whole thing is a maze, and then they see
then they'll
that
be
they can't
so-
even get in it.
They'll be so confused. They'll have to work and work on it. It'll be so
Yeah.
fun. I mean, that is what you're going for, right?
Yeah.
Very cool. One of the things that I love about art is being able to learn from everyone and this kind of collaboration and how our game goes as we're developing.
Right. So many
Our
different ideas.
Yeah.
When
And
my
there's no
sister and I
limitations.
make mazes for each other, we'll do like lines across a path where you have to stop and ask what the code is, and then one of us gives each other a clue of what the word is, and then they have to say it, or else they can't get past that gate. And then sometimes we'll fill in little parts like this, where we call it a construction zone. You can't touch the black part.
Wow.
That's very
So,
neat.
Yeah. So now, does this trick your mind? How you think you can get in here, but you can't?
Yes, it really does. You think you're supposed to be doing all kinds of stuff over here.
Yeah. Okay. And now
Okay.
you can continue with this
With
path.
this pass here.
So you go through here.
Okay. So all I do is continue with this
Yep.
and just make it whatever. Okay. I really don't know what I'm doing, but it's kind of fun. It's really fun. Okay, can I do that?
Yep.
Okay.
I had a friend who was a potter, and he would always say, there is a fine line between art and accident. So when you
Right.
don't know what you're doing,
Yes.
keep on doing it.
Right. Or there's also happy accidents too. That's
Yes.
why I'm always saying that's a happy accident.
Exactly.
Okay. So first, we're gonna continue with Amelia.
Yes.
Amelia's path. So we go through here, around here. That can be a dead end.
Neat.
And then this part we can't do either, so let's just make some lines here.
I like the design.
Yes, me too.
The design is beautiful.
That's incredible.
And then we can choose.
What other kind of mediums do you think we could put these mazes on? We could really put anything.
I think
Yeah.
so. Do you ever do mixed media, where you just do like a lot of like pastel
Sometimes I'll
and
like
paint?
draw something in pencil and then go for with Sharpie and then paint it
Yeah,
with
that's
acrylic.
mixed. That's mixed media.
Yeah.
I call it mixed up media because you're just using all the different mediums. That's fun to do.
And then now we're gonna continue with your path. So we go through here and go like that. So they
Do
go
this
around
all
here.
day long.
I know. It's very relaxing.
It is
It
relaxing.
is.
It's almost like a little bit like a meditation.
Yes. I know there are a lot of cultures that do this for their meditation and for a little bit of spirituality in there. And a lot of people that do it just for fun.
Right. It looks like a lot of fun.
Yes.
Now here,
This
I don't
is-
even know what I'm doing because they're not going to even get in here.
So you're just
Doing random
getting the
ones.
creative flow.
Yeah. Okay, so now let's do this. I have no idea what path is going to be right.
Could be one.
Kind of nice not knowing.
Yeah.
And this is where you would do one of your tricks for yourself, one of your little devices like right is the right way.
Yes.
You trick
Towards
yourself.
the right is
You
the
trick
right
yourself.
way.
Yeah.
Or she untricks
Oh, she
herself.
untricks herself. Okay.
Okay, so that's a dead end. Here is the right path. Let's just do that.
So cool. I like to call that stacking the deck. Do they say that around here?
Stacking the deck.
You stack your deck like you're playing
Okay.
cards.
Now, one of you can
Good ones
continue
in.
with it. Which one of you?
Okay, so I don't know whose turn is it.
Whose turn is it?
Amalia.
Okay.
All right.
So, you're just gonna, it went through here and out here.
Ooh, through here and out here. All right, I might have the hang of this. You are such a good teacher. I got it going. Oh, and see how that looks. Did I keep
Wow,
it going?
This is really cool. That blows my mind. So this
Wow.
little shape, it's closed, so we can't get in that. So we're just gonna make lines to trick the mind. And then so we're gonna go through here, around here, up here, and out here. Here's another shape.
That's what I was thinking.
Wow.
Thank you. This is so cool.
Just random lines. Okay, now we're gonna go like that, maybe, and then through here,
Really pretty.
here, and then this looks like the finish.
Good job.
Way.
Good job,
that's
team.
Very good.
job, team.
Excellent.
Okay, now you
Now?
guys have to go through the maze.
Now we have to go through the maze.
Oh.
It's gonna be
That may
hard.
take a while.
I
really
might take
we
a while.
made the maze in the same color as you're going to. Oh, wait. You guys could use the
Oh,
Sharpie.
you use colored. You use color
Yeah,
to go through the
you-
maze.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to like do a maze in the same color
No,
as the maze.
you would not.
Right.
No, that would not make sense.
Hard.
Right.
Yeah.
What if-
Okay.
Yes.
Which one wants to start?
Well, would you like to talk about some of your mixed media while I try to do the maze?
With Clara.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we can talk while you work on the maze.
And then if you have a question, just ask me. Here's the start. Here's the finish. But I wouldn't say necessarily to go toward the finish because
They'll go directly towards. I'm going to try to do it with this pencil really lightly
Okay. Yeah.
for the first time.
Like if you come to a fork, you could do it and make sure it's the
Just to
right way.
make sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so it would be fun to have you come and do art at As If Studios, where I
Really?
teach. It would be fun to have. Have you ever done any of the classes there?
Not classes, but I came to As If Studios for a birthday party, and we made this Valentine's Day candy holder kind of thing, shaped like a heart.
What is your favorite? What is your favorite art? Like there's acrylic, there's watercolor,
It's so hard to say.
there's oil painting, pastel.
I don't know.
Do you like watercolor?
I do. I like basically all kinds of media, except for crayons. I do not like crayons.
You don't
for
like
some
crayons?
reason. I don't know why.
They're a
I've just
little
never
bit-
liked it.
They're a little bit waxy. Is it what? Yeah, they're kind of waxy or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and like
Or they're like oil
crumbly.
pastels.
I just don't like it.
Have you ever done oil pastels?
I have.
you liked the stuff
would
that
like those
moves, so
oils.
you would
Yeah.
like water. Then you must love watercolor
I do.
because you can watercolor
And then
kind of.
sometimes at school in art class we can we use chalk
So
and
you-
then smear it.
soft pastel. Is that what
Kind
that
of.
is?
I
Chalk.
don't know what it is.
And do you use water to smear it, or you use your finger to
We
rub
just
it?
use our fingers.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
And what about? Have you ever tried oil? Oils? Oil
No.
painting?
I don't think I have.
Well, what's your favorite what do you like to paint? Like people, landscapes?
I don't like to paint people, but I can draw them with like a pencil or a pen. I like to paint. Well, like I like blending the colors together. So, just like I made a painting. It's on my fridge right now of like a hill. I blended all the greens together, and then a sunset behind it, where I blended all the other colors.
And do you do it? Do you do it on paper? Do you do it? Do you like canvas?
I've never actually painted on canvas before.
That would be fun. That would be something fun for you to try.
And then this is interesting. You're doing like squiggles.
I thought you
through
might
the
like
line.
that.
Yeah, this is really cool. Show it to the audience. It's really cool.
I'm doing my maze in little squiggles.
She's good. She's a good student. She's a very
Yeah,
good
you
student.
taught me so much. My brain is firing. It got me going because you like the flow so much, and we say that's el corriente. It's
El
like the
corriente.
flow of the water.
Uh-huh.
That's your jam.
So I am right here, and I got stuck in a few places, and so then I had to go back.
We did a good
Is that-
job, huh?
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's a little complicated.
Good.
Okay.
Can keep
So
going
did you
with
see where I
this.
left off?
Yes. Right here.
Right there. All right.
Take your pencil back.
Let's see here.
And then you can choose one of these to
Okay.
do in the meantime.
You're
Thank
gonna do
you.
that one. I'm gonna continue doing
Here you
this.
actually-
Okay.
Are there
Use
any more questions that
my
you would
box.
like to ask Cherise before we wrap it up?
Do you like, what's your favorite media?
My favorite, I love watercolor. I've been painting with watercolor for 17 years, so I've been doing it for a long time. And I love watercolor because it's very magical. And you can use a lot of different techniques with watercolor, like salt, and I like the way it runs around and it does its own thing. So I think watercolor, I would say, is my favorite medium. Yes. Yes.
When I was in like second grade, we didn't know how to like dip the brush in the water first. So before we painted, we would take the watercolor paper and we'd paint the whole thing with water, and then we'd take our paints and just paint wherever we wanted.
And just let it kind of run around,
Yeah.
and all the colors kind of mingle together.
Yeah.
You can let it drip. And
I
you-
made this painting. It took me 3 art classes to finish.
Really, a watercolor?
Yes. First, I took all the blues and stuff, and I painted the whole thing. And then I took white, and I like dabbed
did-
against the paintbrush to make like all
you
these
mean
stars.
kind of just like where you spatter,
Yeah.
spatter the brush? Okay. Uh huh.
And then I did
Yeah.
like, you know, those like black and white moons where you make a circle and then
Yes.
the part that's
Uh-huh.
I did 3 of those, the 3 phases of the moon
Uh-huh.
in the very front of it. And then I put like planets and stuff all around it.
Wow.
And then I gave it to my mom.
Wow, I'd love to see it sometime. It sounds beautiful. Sounds beautiful.
Sounds amazing. I would
Yes.
love to feature some of your art. I definitely want to see all of your artwork. It's
I had to like
gorgeous.
have like a lot of drying sessions where like it had to dry the blue sky and then the white stars and then the moons and then the planets. So it took a lot of time.
It's a really nice process too, isn't it?
Yeah.
You get to find your own little world in there. That's how I feel too. Well, thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much. Thank you. It's nice to meet you, Clara. It's
Clara,
very
you've
nice to
taught
meet
us so
you, and thank you for teaching us the maze.
And then
Beautiful.
one of you can take this home and you guys can like
Okay, can I take this
doing
one home?
mazes. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Which one of you
I
wants?
really want this a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you. I love it. Thank you. Thank you for
Okay.
tuning in for this amazing kid show. This is Our Amazing
Take the
Kids.
pencils back.
Clara, Amalia, Cherie, thanks for watching. Tune in next week.